Everyone, welcome to the Matrix Oracle. My name is Audrey. I am back live for this Astro Forecast. It's Scorpio season that is starting. We can see here 0 degrees and a few seconds. So we're starting the Scorpio season with other master planets teachings that are in the sign. Hi, Nicole. Hi, Melissa. Thank you for being here. So a lot of energy for Scorpio, okay? And that means this is about bridging the gap between where we are and where we want to be. So according to our sensitivity right now and watching what's going on, we are still doing this work. Whatever you're going through, wherever you're living, this work of bridging the gap of what we see manifested and where we want humanity to be, but especially we have to first start with ourselves. And that means bringing more light, bringing more joy. And there's going to be a lot of revelations that are going to occur through the presence of the sun with the master teacher of knowledge, okay? Learning new conscious awareness of what is real, what is the truth. This dance, the sacred dance between those two master teachers is a great point here for being able to have new ways of looking at things, fresh, bright eyes. And with the master teacher of, we have here Mars. Thank you so much for the badge. Thank you guys for the support. Having Mars here is the master teacher, not just of action. Action through your energy in motion, emotion, okay? So a lot of you, when you're looking at dynamic in relationships, mostly we will look at, Venus, but Venus is more about your master teaching of desire. And here, master teacher of what those desire spark up and how we're going to go about getting what we want. Okay, so here we have, an interesting combo. Some of you, if you know a little bit about astrology, Virgo and Scorpio are both yin energy. They're more receptive. And having earth with water, it's pretty compatible. So I like this combination here because that means right now we're in a place and, especially witnessing outside things manifest in the world that can affect us, okay? We're actually falling deeper into our heart. We have to let go a little bit of the mind. And those two energies are great to recalibrate feminine and masculine, yin and yang. Okay, so some of you, if you're new to the channel, you don't know much about what I offer. I do music frequency healing, recalibration of the brain, bringing more coherence with the heart through sound. Okay, this is my thing. I love it. Okay, studied for sound engineering. So that's something you can find on YouTube. I have a playlist for yin yang frequency rebalancing. Okay, so if you're too much in your yin, everything is too, you're too receptive, you need to build some boundaries. What I suggest, go and rebalance your yin. And then what you can do, you can use also the super empath playlist, because the super empath playlist is for building up boundaries. So there's different aspects of the super empath power. Some of them it's healing your authentic self. Also removing the influence of narcissistic tendencies. If you've ever attracted this in the past, people manipulating, your perception, your words. Okay, so there's a lot that you can do. If some of you need a little bit of guidance as far as how to navigate the YouTube sound engineering, you can always just DM me and share with me what's going on as far as those energies. But Scorpio here is in an interesting degree, okay? So there's 5 to 10 degrees of Scorpio, and those are about the conflicts, the inner wars. When we see things happen and manifest as far as clash, as far as contrast, chaos, this is also really revealing the type of relationship we're also holding towards opinions, judgment outside. So whenever those conflicts are still manipulating your life here, this whole Scorpio season, we're going to want to transcend those fears and go beyond the fears, beyond the judgment, beyond the known. We're going totally like totally in the dark, but at the same time, how do we bring a way out of darkness, of the unknown? We have to have this light sparked from within. Okay, so some of you know that if you are stuck in some repetitive patterns, your aura, your auric field, all the layers of body that you have, mental, emotional, spiritual, they constitute your cocoon, your bubble, your aura. Okay, and this is your field of creation. You have to make sure that it is clear of influences, it is sovereign, okay, that you feel empowered, that you don't have ties, that you don't have hooks, you have cords. A lot of you may have felt, influences in the past. People, you speak up and then you feel like it's choking you at the throat or anything like this. You need to work on your aura. This is a sign. So now, this is the teachings of Mars, really, because it means that your energy, in order to lead you to an action, if you're feeling like you can't move forward, it's because you're congested. With some people also, if they keep on repeating the same pattern, that means also maybe there's some aspect that are numb, okay? So what's interesting here with Venus placement? Venus is teaching us about our desire, okay? So for example, we want peace, okay? This placement, Venus of Virgo, is about structure and discipline, but also through understanding the preciousness and the value of each challenges. That means if we feel that, things are falling apart, just like our lives could fall apart, okay, that means that you can still get back up, okay? And this is about getting back up and getting back into our own structure. What are your principles? What do you believe in? Okay, and that from that space of remembrance, where you stand in your truth, work through the layers of whatever unconsciousness that we're working through as a collective. Okay, so as far as the bigger influence, and by the way, because this is for October 23rd, 24th, so the kickoff of Scorpio season, this is kind of the energy for the season, okay? This is how it is, just like the new moon, it's a new cycle. This is the first impression and what we're working through for Scorpio season. What we have is also of great support when the moon is conjunct to Saturn. In the past, I would have seen like, okay, why? Because here, what it is that if you're not working on yourself, if you're not trying to go beyond your ego, go beyond the reaction to the outside world, what happens with this combination? A lot of repetition of karma. A lot of repetition of karma. Why? Because Master Teacher Saturn is about action, reaction, but the Master Teacher for the moon is your subconscious. And that means if you're not looking to go beyond what you know, you're going to attract the same thing. So that means here you're going to want to work on your subconscious. Again, if you're looking at the YouTube channel, I have a frequency that is for falling asleep, to open the gateway between your conscious self and your subconscious self. Some of you, if you want support to work together as an energy, I have what I call my little meditation temple, okay, where we started meditating yesterday. I started early, started to kick off that party. And what I realized is after I do those meditations at night, I had a huge epiphany about some of those energies that I'm explaining to you. And this is actually what happens when you're allowing yourself the space for you just to want to feel better, okay, no matter what. And saying like, okay, I don't know how I feel, why I feel like this. Yes, okay, we can watch the TV, we can be triggered, and this is all and well, but there is something vibrationally that you're seeing outside that lives inside. And that means that you can always make peace with that. Okay? And when you are able to make peace with whatever has been triggered in you, you can see clearer and beyond. And from that peace, from that light, you're able to offer that in return. And yes, that might ask of us a little bit more of extra energy, light work, even shadow work, because you're facing things you don't know, okay? But it is priceless. And it's going to be really around the topic of bringing light on the things that kept on repeating, on being attracted in your life, just like we're seeing in the news. Again, conflicts. Again, having two sides, different opinions. How can we bring unity? How can we do this? Okay? And that means that for everyone is going to be different, but you're going to be able to find it your way. So for some of you, if you are interested in meditating together, if you're new to meditation, you can just also allow yourself to receive the activation. Yesterday, I was working with a freedom and sovereign light activation for the aura. There's a lot of ties and imprints from fear patterns. You know, when you're watching things and it creates fear, it's going to make holes in your light. Okay, it may make you feel also smaller, and as the fear you're witnessing feels like it's choking you closer. So this is not an easy navigation, but Scorpio is resilient, so it will bring you this. Now, because this is the theme, the kickoff of this season, what I love about those placements in terms of the zodiac, the moon is in very crucial placement where this is about emotional mastery, but also emotional mastery to recognize what's good or what's not good for us. Because a lot of people, when they have unprocessed trauma, they will, let's say it, you will eat shit. You just don't recognize what's good for you and what's not. We call this sometimes gullible, naive. There's like huge red flags and you're running to it. Been and done that. Oh, oh, red flag. But no, it's green, I swear. Okay? Some of you laugh with me. I know you're out there. Okay? So this is a great combination because that means we are going to become masters at understanding those dynamics. We're going to be called to overcome some of the emotional trauma response. By the way, again, the psoas frequency healing, this is all the muscles that hold your womb. Okay, my sacred divine feminine, remember, you are already naturally inclined to be a portal between those two worlds and receiving all those energies. So you want to honor your energy, your essence, and that means having that space for yourself, okay? Now, Neptune, so I was looking at those energies as far as, you know, some retrogrades and the lessons, the master teachings, and a lot of those lessons until we go into November, they're still in the same topic. Jupiter in retrograde, Uranus in retrograde, here this is all about keeping your light and keeping your joy, staying optimistic, but also staying from a place of love. Now, because it's an opposition, obviously, that means that witnessing things that are unloving, that are not, you know, bringing you love, joy, it's going to be a trigger. So it's going to be a trigger so you can actually open up yourself to say, okay, well, what is the work that I want to do in order to uplift myself? Because when you actually acknowledge the presence of your discomfort, guess what? There is a gift. There is a gift beyond this, okay? So as far as the ending of certain cycles. Neptune is allowing this, and it doesn't appear to be a protection when we're seeing so much happening on the outside, but the protection is that ultimately, collectively, we want to end a lot of those repetitive karmic cycle of attraction. So if we say we are tired to witness history repeat itself, look at your life. Let's look at our lives. And let's see what is the history that repeats itself in our lives. And let's do the work to actually end this peacefully, okay? So there's a lot here that is being triggered, and especially with the fact that the North Node, so the South Node is conjunct to this whole thing. So we really, when I spoke of history, the South Node is all the things we've already done. Been there, done that. And yet, it's happening again, okay? So again, when you're watching things that make you feel disempowered because you're like, I can't believe this is happening again. This is actually your call to actually step up and say, okay, well, if this is the contrast I don't want to feel, how can I feel differently? What is it that I need to invite? So for me, usually sound is my savior. Music is my savior. Dancing, movement, okay? Exercise is my savior. Just grounding. Again, it's going to be different for everyone, but you have to ask yourself those questions. How can I feel better in this moment, knowing that it uplifts everyone else around me and in greater scales, okay? So that's what we have as a kickoff for Scorpio season. Some of you, if you want to join me for the special transit of Mars in Scorpio, according to your chart, okay? So I have a tutorial where you can look, where is this energy affecting you, okay? Is it in your first house, second house? Is it going to affect your relationship? Is it going to affect your family relation dynamic? Is it going to affect your money? Okay, and see how we can release. Okay, there's going to be frequency healing. We're going to cover that in the subscription. So thank you so very much for everyone. Thank you for being part of my journey. I'm sending you many blessings, and don't forget to check out my bio link for the YouTube healing frequency playlist. Namaste.